TIFU by agreeing to get together with an old friend. 2 days ago 19 meters, was hit up by a girl, 19F, who was visiting my local area. She was only there for a week and I hadn't seen her since I was 7/8, so I agreed and thought it would be fun. Yesterday we went on an early morning hike and I thought we had a lot of fun. She stayed at my house afterwards until she was pretty much forced to leave by me having to go to work. It is at this point that I should probably mention I had no feelings for her in any way. I just felt like we had a connection as friends. So I suggested we go with her friend to a bar together in the evening since she was leaving the next week and I thought it would be fun. Red flag no. 1. I show up at the location and has specified and could not find her or her friend. Also, there was a wedding happening at the venue she specified. I tried calling and everything but she didn't answer. Eventually I managed to bump into her and 2 friends and they thoroughly convinced me that they were as confused about the wedding as I. So we grouped up, started chatting and headed to a pub different from our original plan. Now I also want to mention that right from the start we talked about how we were going to split the bill. I was going to pay for my beer. The girls agreed to pay for the wine. One of the girls also ordered an expensive meal and said she would pay. The music was great and the alcohol flowed. I'm not much of a drinker but I had a freaking amazing time. Nearing the end of our time there one of the girls suddenly got up and left. Now this is where I got confused. Partially due to the alcohol and partially because I'm pretty trusting. The other 2 girls explained that they wanted to get a taxi with me back to their place to chill a bit longer before I would head home myself. Again, there was no implication of sex or anything and I did not want any. So yeah, they left me there telling me they were fetching this other friend back. I'm a student so I have no money either. If I'd tried to pay for their 2 bottles of wine, my beer and the meal, then my card would have declined. Honestly, the only things that kept me from rage was the excellent people at the restaurant who treated me with respect and allowed me to figure out how to pay. Also, there was an incredible performing bassist there who offered to help me out until he saw the bill. I didn't know people were that awful. I couldn't afford it and they knew that because we had talked about my job and how I need to save and pay for my own university tuition. The girl who I've known since I was tiny declined all calls and blocked me on WhatsApp. I'm so glad that my father is close with her family because I'm needing to get that money back. My father had to come and bail me out of the situation. Bless him. Edit. As this is gaining a bit more traction, I do want to mention that my GF called me and helped me through the situation. I am so grateful for her and will relay any messages from the comments to her. TLDR. I trusted someone I thought was my friend and they left me at a pub with a bill that I couldn't afford. I gotta know, how much was the bill? As a bassist, I appreciate that the bassist was a good guy. As a bassist, I also understand why he couldn't afford the bill. If your father is close with her family, depending on how close you mean, this is beyond stupid. Hope it supremely bites her in the ass. Here I was thinking it was her wedding and she was trying to hoof it. What a dick move on their part. Doesn't sound like a fuck-up on your part though. You had no reason not to trust them. Now you do. I would burn her reputation to the ground. People like that do not deserve any good light shed on them. I wouldn't have paid their tab. I would have paid mine and told the bar to call the police, then provide the police with their information and a witness statement. Not that I'd expect this to happen to you again. But I suggest next time you have drinks and have this discussion of each paying their tab. Don't leave your tab open. Pay for each drink as you get it. Then there's no confusion that you're responsible for somebody else's tab. Just goes to show, you never really know a person. Should have just paid for yourself and told the restaurant to call the police on the girls. Glad you're getting the money, buddy. Your dad sounds cool as shit. I had literally like half the office at my old job do this to me and a couple friends. We each had to pay almost $200 more than we ordered. What makes it worse was one of the ones that did that was the old boss. She screwed us when we worked there, and she got to do it one last time as the company went out of business. You can't trust everyone. It's a shitty lesson that you always learn too late. Don't let it get you down too much. There are still a lot of good people. Just remember, not everyone wants the best for you. Well, she can go to hell. And from now on, just pay for your drinks as you go. Sorry, mate. Damn, I hope you update with what happens next. What a shitty move. Wow, I'm amazed that people have no shame. What a shitty person. I had a similar thing happen. A couple of buddies of mine. We went through grade school and high school together. Came to the town where I was going to college. And looked me up to hang out. We hit a local pub. Got some drinks. Burgers and fries. While I was in the restroom, they took off and left me with the bill. I knew the bartender, fortunately, and explained what happened. He called the police on them. And I gave the police their names, last known home addresses, as well as the make, model, and license plate of the car. Had to have this information for the guest parking at the apartment complex. I guess they thought I wouldn't rat them out. They were found at another bar by the police, trying to dine, drink and dash there, too. Their parents bailed them out, and charges were eventually dropped as their parents paid triple for the bills at the pub and bar. What a bitch. Had a similar situation with my twin brother. Real life Alan Harper. Years ago on our graduation night, we were out with the school celebrating. I ended up feeling unwell, so I decided to leave early. My brother sees I'm leaving. He now decides he wants to leave, so we end up getting a taxi home. Brother does a runner, straight into house. I'm left to pay the fare. Told our mum the next day and she made him pay me back. 17 years later and he still hasn't changed. He's never brought anyone a round of drinks but is quite happy to accept a drink if someone else brought it. As hard as it may seem, don't become too jaded. You seem like a good person who would show off the best parts of your city to friends. Write her off, but don't forget the spirit in which it was done. So did the restaurant let you work out a way to pay? Did the bassist help you pay? Or did your dad come to pay? Also, IDK about you. But I don't even remember when I was 7. Much less call any of the kids I haven't seen since then my friends. But I guess that's why you put it on TIFU.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.